Hi, it's Charles. I just wanted to say a few words about emetophobia, the fear of vomiting. Um, like all phobias and obsessions that anxious people focus on during anxiety disorder, emetophobia is one of those things that is very physical. Now, whether people focus on their racing heart or their shortness of breath or their dizziness, whatever the symptom is or sensation is that they focus on, obviously becomes embellished. Now, emetophobia, because it's so highly unpleasant to throw up, causes people great concern because clearly nobody wants to throw up. It's not the nicest thing to do in the world. Some people aren't bothered by it. Other people are very bothered by it. It's something I don't enjoy doing. It's something people have to do sometimes. And most people with emetophobia actually haven't thrown up for a very long time, in my experience. But the point is, the fear is there, and like all inappropriate fears, fueled by inappropriate anxiety during anxiety disorder, emetophobia can be very invasive, and it can cause the sufferer to feel very self-conscious, very worried. But as I say, like all anxious focuses during an anxiety disorder, focusing on vomiting or throwing up is very, very normal. For example, in OCD, people focus on some weird and wonderful things. It doesn't make them appropriate, it doesn't make them any more powerful in their life or in any way worrying or concerning or harming. But the problem is, because the anxiety creates these what-if thoughts that are so powerful, used in the flight or fight mechanism as a self-defense mechanism, we give it so much credibility, because what happens is, clearly in the flight or fight response, adrenaline produces a reaction in the body, and the mind is prepared for action. And all the time, the person is in the truly fearful situation. When a true threat exists, it's appropriate to do a risk assessment. So if you were in a car crash, let's say, you'd have to do very, very quick risk assessments of exactly what action you're going to take, and that is part of the self-defense mechanism that is the flight or fight response. But clearly in anxiety disorders, where there is no real threat present, those thoughts are still there, the risk assessment is still done. But obviously the risk assessment has to assess other things that are around you, which is where obsessive thoughts come from, which is where scary thoughts come from, inappropriate thoughts about harming or sexual thoughts. And it's also where these focuses come from on symptoms that really don't have symptoms and things that could happen to you, like fainting or your racing heart causing you to pass out, or emetophobia, or any other of these anxious focuses. This is exactly what fuels them. And the problem is, logically, you know that the fear is inappropriate because you know that you're probably not going to be sick. You're not going to pass out. None of these things that you worry about are going to happen. But your subconscious mind is using that anxiety-fueled creativity to present these issues to you, and to make you, and to give them, to empower them, but to give them some form of reality, perceived reality. But the truth is, you're probably not going to be sick unless you've got a stomach upset or you've eaten something that doesn't agree with you. But even then, most people aren't sick. You might have